talking about the Titans here. The Titans.
Swing and a drive, left field. It's gone. And it's gone. It is bedlam at the bank.
The Philadelphia Phillies are 2008 World Champions of Baseball.
Podcast right here. You already know. Go fucking subscribe.
You are now listening to the 302 Birds Phillies postgame show with KJ McCoy, Ballpark Tommy, Dalt, and Fratty. Proudly powered by TickPick. Check out the link in the bio for $10 off your first order today. Let's take it to the show.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome on in to the Phillies post-game show. I got Florida Mac. I got Friday in a Sinatra hat.
There he is.
It's gonna be a wild one.
Spreading the news.
Yeah, we're spreading the news, baby. As the Phillies drop the series finale against the Florida Marlins, they got crushed. Painter got crushed in a tough way to win the series, guys.
Yeah, it was tough. Definitely, I mean, the eyebrows are definitely raised right now with Andrew Painter. Definitely with the urge to really say, was this kid not ready? He might not be ready. And unfortunately, I think he was ready years ago. And then the Tommy John surgery happened. And I think that's what really creeped up on him. It really did. And sometimes it does a lot to some players in baseball. It does a lot to them. And sometimes it changes their career. And sometimes, I mean, for his case, his career projections, his career potential that he could have. Unfortunately, right now, he's not living up to the hype. He's not living up to what Paul Skeens was living up in Pittsburgh and everything like that. We thought that Andrew Painter was going to be that kind of spark plug for the Phillies. And unfortunately, at first it was looking like it was okay. Maybe there's some hints of it, but right now in the past outings that he's had, they've been pretty miserable. And I know he's young, but definitely this is something to be aware of. And people are saying, oh, do you send him down to the minors, to Lehigh? Do you send him down to Reading or wherever they send them? You might have to send him back down there. I think that he would get sent back to Lehigh. Am I correct? I think I'm correct. Am I correct, Jesse? I think you're muted.
You might be right, Cage.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, so I mean, with that, really, definitely with how this team is doing, they're doing okay. I got to check the standings again. I mean, they did win the series, but not a good outing for Painter. I mean, I think he gave up, 4 runs in the game?
6.
6 runs, even worse. That's not good. Definitely not good. And I know he's young, but definitely I think this kid, with the history that he's had with the Tommy John surgery, I think he needs to find his confidence back. And maybe that means that he goes back to Lehigh. I don't know, but I think definitely he's struggling.
Yeah. Well, I don't know what I feel like the Phillies are in a tough spot because you look at the Phillies minor league system and they don't have a plethora of good minor league pitching. Gage Wood obviously makes the top of the list. He's having a phenomenal year in Double-A. 22 years old, 6 foot, 200 pounds. The right-hander from Arkansas just threw a no-hitter about a year ago, I think, in the College World Series. So he's got an arm on him. But otherwise, they don't really have much. Their top hitting, their top prospects are a shortstop that has back issues, Aaron Escobar, who's the second baseman, Dante Nori, who's an outfielder, Rincones, who's an outfielder who just got called up. Your next best pitcher is ranked 8th in the system. His name is Moises Chance. He is currently in Double A. His ETA is 2027, according to MLB.com. And I mean, he is having a, let's see, this year he is actually solid. He's got a 3.59 ERA in 23 games with 1 save, 80 innings. Let's see here. An opponent batting average of 200. Let's see. 124 strikeouts. So, I mean, he's a solid bet, but I've been back and forth on what the Phillies could do. I feel like they could maybe put him in the bullpen, but again, that brings into question who you put in that 5th starter spot. I almost, and Friday, you're gonna call me nuts here, but I feel like we might have screwed ourselves when we let go of Taijuan Walker. Team Walk Pants, man.
No, not at all. Not one bit. That guy needed to go. Of anything, I would say, if you told me Mick Abel, I'd probably say maybe. But Taijuan Walker, he needed to go. I mean, that would make no sense. That's like saying bringing back Jordan Ray Romano. That's literally what it's like with Taijuan Walker, even though he's not a reliever. But still, Taijuan Walker was a disaster here. He barely had any good starts. I think the only good start he really had that I remember is overseas in the UK. Shout out the UK Phillies fan. He was even saying, and he actually sparked my memory recently when I met him for the first time. He was saying that Taijuan Walker had an amazing outing over in London when they had the series with the Mets for the overseas match that they had. But yeah, I think it's definitely thinking about trading for a starting pitcher. I think is definitely a possibility. I mean, obviously you've heard the name Scooble a lot. Scooble's been a name that's been thrown around. I don't know how realistic it is to get a guy like him, but I think they definitely do need to acquire a starting pitcher during this trade deadline. They have to. They most definitely have to.
Yeah, AJ. Oh my God.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I don't know what Jesse's talking about with bringing back Taijuan.
Yeah. No, it was just an idea. Well, and honestly, you know what?
I'd rather bash my head on a brick wall than have Taijuan Walker pitch again for the Phillies. On that brick wall that Friday has right there, I'd bash my head on that wall till it starts bleeding, and rather than seeing Taijuan Walker pitch again for this team.
Oh my God. Yeah. You know, it was pretty bad. Friday, you got anything?
I think they made a mistake for trading Ranger Suarez, because doing that, you have no 5th starters, and then now with the 5th starting spot, to try to find a 5th pitcher, it's like a factory. First Walker didn't work out. Now Painters is plummeting. And I know it's only the regular season, guys. I know we have some 4 solid pitchers in Wheeler, Sanchez, Nola, who's okay, and Luzardo, who's up and down. So I think the Phillies, they really need a 5th starter. They need to go after a starter. If Dave Dombrowski does not get a 5th starter by the trade deadline, this team is cooked. This team is cooked. If we don't get a 5th starter, we're cooked. But I'm not saying that Nola and Luzardo look at the postseason. I'm just worried about Aaron Nola too, and I'm even a little scared about Luzardo, and I'm scared that one of the other 2 aces could possibly plummet, like Sanchez could plummet it. And I'm not really worried about Sanchez much and Wheeler much. I'm more worried about Nola and Luzardo. So this is why we need to go after Rome's buddy Terrence Skugel, and we have to. It's a must. And I was talking with Billy. We were talking about possibilities, and Skugel's one of them. We need a 5th starter. And if anything, when it comes to, I don't even want to say the word, but it comes to the playoff rotation, I'll just say playoff rotation. If we get Skugel, You plug him in right behind Zach Wheeler, or Sanchez, either 2 or 3. But that's where the complication is going to come in. That's where the big complication is if we get Scooble, because Sanchez is good and Wheeler's good. But if that happens, you got a 1-2-3 punch, and that means you can push Aaron Nola all the way back to possibly game 4 or 5 in a playoff series, which is a great problem. But I wouldn't mind it. It would create a better punch. And honestly, if that happens, Aaron Nola's not not going to be top 3 in the playoff rotation if we make the postseason. And I know we still got a little bit of ways to go, but Andrew Painter is not the answer. And I know we have to win regular season games. He's going to cost us regular season games, and it could matter later on in the season. So I think, sorry, Ballpark Tommy, I think we're painting a painless picture with Andrew Painter. He is Dominic.
That's a quote.
Dominic Brown 2.0. He was so successful in the beginning. He was like a one-hit wonder. He was so successful, and then boom, turned into a bust. That's the same thing. This Andrew Painter guy might be the next Dominic Brown. Guys,
even though different positions.
Even though he's a different position.
Yeah.
I see another Dominic Brown in the making here.
I would say he reminds me a lot of what the hype was like for Aaron Nola. He reminds me a lot of when everyone was hyping up Aaron Nola. They were like, oh, he's the next Cole Hamels. That's what they are doing for Andrew Painter right now. Now, don't get me wrong. Aaron Nola has had some good seasons at times. He's had some good outings at times. But for the most part of his career, Aaron Nola's been straight up trash. He definitely has. So that's the bottom line. But with Painter right now, I mean, he is young. I think definitely if you do put him in the minors right now, I think that's going to wake him up and hopefully get his confidence back up to where he wants it to be and his team wants it to be as well. And just to piggyback on what Fratty said, and just to remind him, Fratty, just to tell you, Ranger Suarez was never traded.
He was let go.
He was not even let go. He was a free agent.
They not let
we were
go.
Paying other guys. The problem is we're already paying guys like Trey Turner. That money that we have for Trey Turner that could have been used on re-signing a guy like Ranger Suarez, but Dave Dombrowski was dumb about it, and he decided to give him Trey Turner the contract years ago, and now it kind of nips us in the butt right now with not having Ranger Suarez, and Suarez is doing great things in Boston, and nothing but success for him. I really hope so.
Yeah, I mean,
definitely. I think they need to. They need to get a pitcher. They definitely do, because right now the only really lights that we have is obviously Wheeler, is obviously Sanchez, and I'm trying to think of the third pitcher. I would say is probably like the who's the third guy. I'd probably say that's probably the most successful. I'm trying to think. I'm blanking, but it's really just Sanchez and Wheeler, I think.
I mean, Luzardo to a
probably
point.
Luzardo. I would probably do Luzardo. Luzardo is iffy because recently he's been giving up some runs, been giving up some homers recently as well. So I would say Luzardo is iffy, but I do think Luzardo is probably the third best out of all the pitchers. I would say he's probably the third best in the pitching rotation, most likely.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. I was looking at some names while you guys were talking, because I'm going to be completely real. I do not think that the Phillies are going to get Scooble. I just don't.
They probably won't. They probably won't, to be honest.
I just don't think that the Phillies have enough in our system to get that done. But I'm trying to fiend the comment.
However, it is Detroit, though. It is Detroit, which we've done deals with Detroit before. We've also Dombrowski has some history with Detroit. I mean, him being a GM over there. So that could play a part. He could go for a move for him. He could. He definitely could.
He could, but Detroit wants prospects. They're a younger team. Yeah. So, and again, we have prospects. We have, Miller, although I don't know how much teams
He's got the back problems
issues.
right now,
Exactly.
which I think a
Yeah.
lot of teams are not going to be interested in that because he's very young guy. What is he, like 22, 23 or something like that? He's already got back injuries.
He was supposed to obviously be he was supposed to make the team this year. He is 22. He's 22 years old.
So he's young to be having these kind of back injuries.
Yeah.
And it's definitely it definitely is concerning for sure.
Yeah.
But
I don't think the Phillies I still don't think the Phillies have enough to get the Super Bowl. I just don't. But Rono Sports, who I just did a post-game show with him on I think it's called Rono Sports YouTube. They just played the Mets, who we will play and we will talk about. But he brings up Sonny Gray. I like that name a lot. I just looked at his stats, and he's having actually a really solid year.
Is he from the Nats?
He's on the Red Sox right now. Sonny Gray's he's on the Red Sox. He's 8-1 with a 3 ERA in 12 games, 62 innings, 51 strikeouts. I like those stats a lot. I really think that he'd fit well in this rotation. At Boston, they're such an inept franchise that the Boston Red Sox, they are such a horribly run organization that I feel like Dave Dombrowski could fleece those guys. I mean, they've got oh my God, who's Chaim Bloom? That dude is the worst GM I've ever seen in my entire life. He's awful, and I have Red Sox fans to tell me this all the time. So I think the Phillies could honestly fleece these guys, and they could give them something like, I don't know, a Dante Nori, and let's see, we'll start with Gene Cabrera, something like that.
Young guy that we looked at a couple times, Durant.
Jaron Duran. Well, yeah, that's the other thing. I don't know how much chips you put into the starting pitching position because you need a bat. I feel like that's your number one thing. That has to be, especially if it's Garcia. I'm sorry.
With the way that Trey's playing too, it's definitely infuriating.
I don't trust. Listen, I love Raconis. He's a nice player. I don't trust him to save my life. I just don't. Like that replacement. I feel like he's gonna get traded. It's rough. It really is rough. But on that topic, let's get into Trey because he had a off day yesterday, and he played today, and he had a double late in the game. So I wonder, and this is it's just one game. I totally understand that. But I wonder if this day off could have potentially, guys, gotten his mind right, gotten him, to where we want him to be. Because this top of the lineup needs help. Kyle Schwarber's hitting 50 bombs this season. Bryce Harper, although he's cooled off a bit, has still been pretty solid. I don't know if he's worth an all-star selection over guys like Brandon Marsh, but at the same time, he's been really solid. Trey Turner has not been one of those guys. He's having a career worst year in batting average, but he did really solid today for an otherwise not great offensive performance. We did put up 4 runs, but he got 3 hits. He was 3 for 5 with an RBI, and I believe he had a stolen base in there as well. So do you think that and we'll start with Friday. Do you think that Trey Turner is going to bounce back?
We'll soon find out. I mean, in the series coming up here, Trey Turner is, and I know we often refer back to the turnaround in 2023 with Philly captain and all, but
we are.
Listen, but no offense to that documentary. I have to watch it. I haven't even watched it yet. I have to watch it when I have nothing to watch.
It's only half an hour.
But that was 3 years ago. This is now. Trey Turner, I just don't know. He's a little bit older now, and I don't know if he has the same type of boost this season compared to 3 years ago to turn it around. And if he does turn it around fully, will it be now or will it be around the same time? But uh, maybe the turnaround starting now. We'll see. Or maybe it's just a big slope of up and down. But I think what Trey has to figure out and all that is he has to just hit for contact. He's always up there hitting for home runs all the time.
Yeah, he definitely seems like he's trying to do that. He's trying to send it out of the park.
Well,
But
I want to hit this comment real fast. No, absolutely not.
We've already done that.
There's no way. Yeah, no.
If that didn't help him out the first time to stay on track with that, then what's it gonna do? I mean, again, like it doesn't make any sense to do that again. But yeah, I think with Trey, definitely it's concerning. I've always been really concerned. Definitely, I mean, even last year, him being winning the hitting title, that's great and everything like that. But for the most part, definitely he definitely has not been worth the money. Not one bit. He's not been worth this contract one bit. It's been more infuriating than anything because he really doesn't know how to really explain what's going on. I don't think he knows what's going on. He's trying to get back on track. And
What? Like he has Alzheimer's?
No. With having multiple slumps.
Okay.
With having these type of slumps that he has, where we've seen more slumps than successfulness from him. Like we have seen more. We've seen more concerns, I feel like, than positive outlooks with Trey Turner. And for a guy who's getting paid the way he is, it shouldn't even be a possibility. It shouldn't, but it is. And just something with his confidence is down. And I mean, hopefully, it is just one game, as we said before. Trey Turner is one of the fastest guys in the MLB too. Definitely a guy that you can trust on stealing a base for you. That's definitely what he can do. But hitting, he just needs to get back that confidence. And even though it's just we haven't really seen it that much, he definitely needs to do something, or he's going to keep on getting bumped back in the lineup, which I think he should. I think he should be not starting. I don't think he should be the first man to start the lineup. I don't think it should be I'm blanking on the word.
Shortstop. You shouldn't.
No, not shortstop. No, I mean hitting. I'm saying the leadoff hitter.
Yeah.
Being the leadoff hitter, I don't think he should. No, he's not getting traded. He can't. They are definitely. He has a no trade clause. We're pretty much stuck with him. We are stuck with him like glue right now. That's literally what it is. He is not getting traded. It's not happening. So I would love for Trey to maybe if we could trade him, I'd be fine with that. But it's not happening. It's just like the same thing with Aaron Nola. We're stuck with Aaron Nola. We're stuck with Trey Turner, and that's how it is. But I don't know how this guy can bounce back. With what I've seen, it's just really concerning. And it's definitely a question. Tonight on our show, we'll be talking to Max McGee, who definitely has been making some videos about Trey Turner. I want to hear his full opinion on Trey Turner and his Trey Turner's issues right now. So I think he's definitely going to have some good insight. So stay tuned for that later tonight. But yeah, I think I'm still very concerned about Trey Turner. I'm very concerned.
Yeah. And I'm very interested. I'm not trying to one up you guys, but Thursday nights on the Philly Sports Pulse, I have a great guest, Bill Colorillo from 97.5. I'm also going to be asking him what the hell is up with Trey Turner. He is the man. That is confirmed. I'm not exactly sure what time, but thinking 7 o'clock, but TBD there. But yeah, I'm going to be asking his thoughts and opinions on Trey Turner, about what he thinks the Phillies should do with him and the Mets series coming up. And let's actually get into that with none other than Freddy's
Yo,
Corner.
Freddy,
Give him the business. Only in South Philly. Only at Friday's Corner. It's Friday's Corner.
Give him the business. Give
Oh
it to him.
man. Oh
I miss
man,
saying that.
I've been the most anticipated series of the season. It's Mets versus Phillies. It's Blair, Frank the Tank, Nicky Gas, all those bandwagon losers who all of a sudden came out and woke up like fools when the Knicks won the championship. And first off, before I get to the present now, I'm gonna talk about the past when we used to own you guys long time ago, 2007, when you guys blew that lead, or was it '08 or something, '07, one of those years, when Chase Utley had that walk-off hit in that class in what was called, remember 2007,
Oh
August 30th,
yeah,
2007, when
yeah.
that
They had
when
Utley had his
the
own Utley's Corner, right?
And remember when NBC Sports Philly used to do Philly Sports Classic? That was featured. That game was featured on Philly Sports Classics when they used to do them years ago, back in the day when they used to be called Comcast Sports. Then I
Yep.
think it was like 5-6 years ago when they did that. Well, maybe 7 years ago. But that was probably one of the best Mets Phillies games ever. Maybe top five, top three best Phillies. It was like a 4 hour game, I think it was too. Four or
Wow.
5 hour game. It was like 12, and I remember 12 to 11 or something like that. It was like Ryan Howard had I think Ryan Howard hit a home run over 400 feet that game too. But I'll tell you what. I'm very excited for the series. Uh, Overall, I mean, even that have the memory of that one dude who got so mad. Remember that got so mad that he left. That when the Phillies came back in that game, he was all he knew that it was coming, and he left. He was leaving CPP. I remember that big dude that got so mad that years ago, and and we made him leave.
What dude?
It was a Mets fan over a decade ago.
Yeah, I
Remember
don't
when the
know. I wouldn't remember, dude.
But focusing on the present, focusing on now, Phillies Mets. The Mets are a horrible team. They're a horrible franchise. You may have beat us in 2024, but you're not beating us this year because you guys are so distracted on drinking Knicks because you're going to be at the parade tomorrow, Knicks parade. You guys are going to be so distracted, Matt Blair, JJ Segalo, that you won't even come out to play. Your own team won't even come out to play. They'll be thinking about the New York Knicks too much. They'll come into Philadelphia and boom, the Phillies will smoke them tomorrow. It's coming because it's coming tomorrow night because Frank the Tank, Matt Blair, JJ Segs, all you guys, your team stinks. Uh, you guys are going to go out there. Bo Bichette, and let me get into Bo Bichette for a second. Bo Bichette is nothing but a traitor for passing on Philadelphia because now he's sitting in last place
Yeah, well, thank
with
God we didn't
with
get
a bunch of babies, bunch of babies in New York. I don't want to be surprised if Knicks fans show up there tomorrow in their jerseys, acting like a bunch of losers starting problems here in Philadelphia because I cannot take it anymore. I can't take Mets fans, and I hope we beat them over 10 times this year. I hope we own them every single game. Realistically, I don't know if that's going to happen, but I hope we beat them at least 10 times this year. I can't take them. I can't stand the Mets. I hope we win every single series possible against them. And on, I don't care if it's Christmas. I don't care if it's New Year's. I don't care if it's Thanksgiving. Well, they don't play baseball then. I don't care if it's Father's Day. On Sunday, we are going to own it. And I know Don Holland, Mr. Don Holland, he cannot take it. He cannot take the Mets fans anymore either. Even Dalton can't take it. The stuff that we're getting said to us because and I know congrats to the Knicks and Matt Blair, but still, guys, you guys are going to be too distracted. You guys are going to be drinking New York Knicks Kool-Aid, and you guys, the Mets are going to stink so much. So, with that being said, tomorrow night, June 18th, 6:40 p.m., Jesse Sharon, Billy O'Keefe, KJ McCoy will be somewhere in the background laughing at New York Mets fans. Dalton Holland will be making his reels. It is going to be a fun weekend. I know there's a lot going on. I know it's Father's Day weekend coming up. I know the World Cup is here. But in the midst of all these distractions, in the midst of all those distractions, you got Mets and Phillies. Mets and Phillies. I mean, it's going to be exciting. I mean, one of maybe the top 20, maybe top 10 rivalries in all sports. And what can I say? But focusing on the series part is baseball wise, before I close it out, um, the Phillies can't beat themselves this series. Aaron Nola can't beat himself this tomorrow night. He has to go out there and pitch his best game because the Mets are, even though they're a last place team, and I've talked about them bad already so much. Even though the Mets are not a good team, you can't expect that Bo Bichette's going to come out there and swing against Nola. Nola can't play down to these guys. That's the problem. He can't go out there and decide that he's going to play down. And I think if he doesn't play, if he pitches 6, 7 solid innings, Phillies offense shows up, Phillies can win tomorrow night. And I think the Phillies will still win tomorrow night. And I think they win tomorrow night 6 to. I'm gonna say maybe 6-2 or something, maybe no more. But overall, I am very excited for the series. Phillies Mets. I think it's up there with the Yankee series. I'm excited for that series, the Yankee series, and when Ohtani comes here next month.
Yeah. I think with the Mets and Phillies series, it always feels like the Mets, they always, even when they're bad, they seem to do somewhat good. It even when like Juan Soto's having a drought, or somebody else. I mean, we've seen the past when like Pete Alonso's having a drought or something like that. He's not with them anymore. But for some reason, we can always make them look better or make them get out of their funk or make them somehow come out of nowhere and start to be on like a streak or something like that. So don't be surprised if Aaron Nola's crap really does start to surge a little bit of a boost for the Mets somehow. It could. It definitely could. I do think we are the better team. I do think we should win this series, but will we? I don't know. Every time we play the Mets in a series, it's always iffy, I feel like. Even when we're the better team, for some reason, the pressure, I think, of the rivalry gets to these players. I'm pretty sure that Bryce Harper, his record against the Mets is not even that good. I'm pretty sure it's not that good.
This is the team without Pete Alonso now, so they still have Juan Soto, but they don't have Pete Alonso anymore, so we don't have to even deal with Pete Alonso 13 times a year.
Well, yeah,
anymore,
I was just giving an example. I was just giving an example. But definitely in the past, they've been able to get the best of us.
And Lindor's hurt.
Yeah.
Lindor's hurt too.
Yeah, so, I was saying, for example, if like last year Pete Alonso was having some streaks where he wasn't doing that well, and then when he would play the Phillies, that would break him out of his slump. That's what I'm really saying. I'm not saying that Pete Alonso's still with the Mets. He's obviously with the Orioles. But I was just bringing an example to it.
But I can't wait for, like I said, I can't wait for it tomorrow when one more wake up till Phillies and Mets. And obviously, I know it's too early to tell, but I don't think this is going to be a playoff preview at all. I don't think the Mets.
Oh, they won't. Yeah.
I don't think the Mets stand a chance versus any of these teams, any of these other teams in the National League to even make a push. Like the teams that are in a wild card now, I don't think they can pass any of them. The Mets have too many problems and issues. And I know we go to Citi Field later this month too, and we play them again after we play the Nationals 4 times. We play them, so we play them 2 weekends in a row. Well, kind of. We play them on a Friday to Sunday the following weekend, but we play them 2 weekends in a row pretty much. But I can't wait. And then we play them here again next month. And I'll think about it. Maybe Friday will make his way to a Phillies Mets game before the end of the year. Maybe.
Yeah. What do you got, Jess? Muted.
Yeah.
There
At
you
least on my end, I think the Phillies are going to win the series. I think they win 2 out of 3. And this may shock you on who the Phillies losing pitcher is going to be. I think Noah will do fine. I think Sanchez will do fine. But I have this weird feeling that Zach Wheeler gets torched. I don't know why.
He was a Met. Maybe it's because he was a Met.
It's because he's a Met, and I looked at his stats. He has about a 3.4 ERA against the Mets lifetime. I looked at that. I remember the playoff start that he had versus the Mets where he got screwed. But I'm going to be completely honest. He has had some rough starts against the Mets in his career. And you look at our bullpen outside of Kirkering, who got shelled today, and Duran, I don't know if I trust our bullpen. I really don't. I trust Sanchez to go deep. I trust our bats to wake up in game 1 because they're going to be energized, and ready to go in, this first game when they are they're looking to rebound. But I don't know. I have a weird feeling about the Wheeler start. I think Bryce Harper is going to destroy the New York Mets. I think that is a given, and especially because it's at home. I think that really gives us an advantage. You want to talk about how CBP has died in these recent playoff runs. So far, they've really shown out for the Phillies. That's why we're the best fans in baseball, but that's here or there. But I really think the Phillies are going to take 2 out of 3. They're going to lose that third game, and that's going to put a bad taste in our mouth, and that's going to potentially lead to some rough things coming up after that. I'm going to look up who we play after this Mets series in just a second, but hopefully it's a bad team, although I have a weird feeling that it's not. I'm stalling. Hang on. More games. Excuse me. Nationals. So the Nationals. The Nationals. They've been actually solid this year. They've actually been. I like their group.
Yeah, they're Walgreens is actually a better team this year. I mean, I'm surprised. Yeah, they're actually better, but maybe they'll come back to life when they play the Phillies all of a sudden.
Maybe they'll be coming back to the pharmacy or whatever, right, Frank?
Yeah, well, I mean, let's hope the Phillies got to. I mean, we're already at June 17th now. We're about to approach later on in June and all. So,
yeah.
Well, I think that's going to wrap it up for the Phillies postgame show. It should be a great main show. Who are you guys having on again, KJ?
We're having on Max McGee, who used to he was an anchor for ESPN. So he was a part of ESPN.
That's awesome.
And yeah, so he's excited to come on. We're excited to have him, and he's a huge Philly sports fan. So gonna have to ask him
what time.
Who was a big? What's up? 8:05.
What time?
8:05.
They get to 8:00. Yeah.
Yeah, 8:05. So I got one of the questions I got to ask him is who's a bigger Philadelphia sports fan, him or Kevin Nagandi? Because they're both pretty big Philly sports fans.
Oh, he knows Kevin McGandhi.
He probably does.
Oh, yes, yeah, duh.
Probably. So we'll see.
Well,
it should be a good show if you guys want to tune into that.
But yeah, thank you all for watching. Yep. Yeah, definitely. Go tune into that. Don't know if Ro is in here as well, but I will post on my Instagram. I have made an appearance on his pod talking about the Mets Reds series. My overall thoughts on this Phillies Mets series coming up. But I'll post a link for that in my story or something. Go show him some love. But yeah, great. I remember the SBC, the sports broadcasting camps that me, KJ, Jonah were all part of it. One point there. But thank you all for watching this edition of the Phillies Postgame Show. Thanks to Nick's Pizza for sponsoring the stream. Thanks for watching.
The Vikings.
Swing and a drive, left field. It's gone! And it's gone! It is Bedlam at the bank!
The Philadelphia Phillies are 2008 World Champions of Baseball.
Podcast right here. You already know. Go fucking subscribe.
You are now listening to the 302 Birds Phillies postgame show with KJ McCoy, Ballpark Tommy, Dalt, and Fratty. Proudly powered by TickPick. Check out the link in the bio for $10 off your first order today.